Well, good morning, boys and girls. I said good morning, boys and girls. Thank you so much. Welcome. Well, I guess that today you've chosen for one of your activities to listen to Mr. Cuppy and read along as we read a scary story. Well, today's story is a good one. Today's story, to get it out with him, is called You Can't Always Pretend to Be Asleep. We're going to start off today's story with a definition. Ooh, yes, vocabulary. We're going to start off today with the definition of the word sleep paralysis. Now, sleep paralysis, as defined by the American Heritage Stedman's Medical Dictionary, is a condition in which, upon awakening, a person is aware of the surroundings but is unable to move. Okay, just one moment, boys and girls. Hello, Mr. Gibney. You look great today. There is your dog catching mitt. I'm sorry I'm right in the middle of a video, but then I'll come take some pictures with you. All right. Now we're back into the story. Everybody's listening up closely, very closely. Now, we're going to be fading into our story, so I want you to picture this in your mind. We're going to fade in to Jack's bedroom. It's nighttime. So picture in your minds Jack's bedroom. Dark, shadows being cast from the small dim light outside the window, creating scary figures and shapes on his walls. You know those nights when it's dark and windy and cold, and you're all alone, nobody but you in your room. Well, picture that. A young boy named Jack is in his bed and falling asleep. And that's when it happens. Jack's eyes open. The floorboards around his bed begin to creak. The creaking gets louder and louder. Suddenly, the creaking stops. There is an eerie silence. Jack tries to move, but is unable. He looks around the room. That's when he sees it. A tall, shadowy figure with white, glowing eyes. The shadowy figure approaches Jack. It gets closer and closer. Jack's heart is pounding. The shadowy figure stops and leans towards him. It whispers in his ear. Jack can't understand. All of a sudden, silence fills the room. Jack can move now. He gets up and turns the light on. The shadowy figure is gone. Jack breaks out into tears. His mom and dad enter the room and comfort him. The next night, going back to Jack's bedroom at night. A week has passed. Jack has somewhat recovered from the previous incident. The thought of sleeping makes him anxious, though. It's 9 o'clock. That is bedtime for Jack. His mom and dad put him to bed and leave the room. The light is turned off, but there is a nightlight glowing. It is now 9:15, and Jack is falling asleep. Footsteps are heard from outside his door. Jack keeps his eyes tightly shut. The sound of footsteps gets louder and louder, and then silence. Jack slowly opens his eyes and looks toward the door. The door swings open to reveal a murderer carrying the corpses of his parents. Jack shuts his eyes in terror. The murderer rests the bodies on a chair and writes something on the wall in their blood. He then hides under Jack's bed. Jack is scared beyond belief. He can't read the writing on the wall, and he knows the man is under his bed. Like any child, he pretends that he slept right through the whole thing, and he hasn't awoken yet. He lays as still as the bodies, quietly hearing the breaths from under the bed. An hour passes, and Jack's eyes are adjusting more and more to the darkness. He tries to make out the words, but it's a struggle. He gasps when he finally makes out the sentence. I know you're awake. Jack feels something shift under his bed. And that's the end of the story. I wonder what happened to Jack. Well, boys and girls, thank you for listening to my scary story on this All Hallows Eve. Now, students that are in Mr. Cuppy's class, I want you to take this time to write an alternate ending to this tale. Please grab a sheet of notebook paper and write an alternate ending of what happens to Jack. An alternate ending means a different ending. So I want this to end in a different way, but continue to keep it scary.